Okay, guys. Gary spent a lot to put you all through this with me. I don't know if this will be bad. Full disclosure, when this came out, I started it up. I got about 20 seconds in, and I went, there's no way I'm watching this without getting paid to watch this. Because it was just going to make me mad, and it was going to make me mad in ways I was going to rant about, and I didn't want to be ranting to myself. I didn't want to be ranting to myself about why I'm mad that something good makes me upset. Because I'm sure it's good, but it's going to make me upset. This is the first thing I've sent for you to watch that I didn't explicitly think you would like. I honestly have no idea how you'll feel about it. I'm just curious. Isabel says, no, this is really bad. Okay, well... It's going to be hard for me to watch this on its own merits because I've read Homestuck. So, like, I know what it's supposed to be, you know, and it's going to be... Like, okay, so I guess I made it 1 minute in. The first thing that set me off right away is that the main villain from Amazing Digital Circus, the Mouth Man, I'm pretty sure it's his voice that is like the announcer guy. And so immediately my first feeling is like, oh, this is the Amazing Digital Circus. Like, this is a glitch show. This isn't Homestuck. You know, this is a glitch anime. Like, all right, let's do it. All right. Okay. So I'll start by saying I don't mind this framing device as the very beginning. It doesn't mean anything, I think, to most new viewers except to establish the idea that someone is watching what's happening in the story. And in the comic, this is like a dramatic reveal like 100 pages in or something like that. Like, you start off in the scene we're about to enter in the comic. The whole thing is set up so that it's supposed to feel like a choose-your-own-adventure game. So, like, the comic is telling you that you are John Egbert and that it's giving you commands. But the person who's giving those commands is Wayward Vagabond, I think is his name. Like, you don't find that out, though, until, like, significantly in, you know, maybe like an hour into reading. You're like, oh, there's somebody was actually typing all that stuff in, and they're a character in the story. It's not just a framing, it's not just a framing device narratively. It is actually in the story. So putting that right at the start immediately made me realize, like, okay, this story is... It's gotta let you know certain things sooner so that it can skip over certain details along the way. But yeah, basically, like, this literal scene, this shot, this happens like 100 pages into Homestuck. But it had a lot of meaning. They basically just took that twist out and said, we're not doing that twist. We're just letting you know from the start there's a guy watching, and it'll be easier to understand what's happening later if you know that. Okay, so the posters are abstracted, so you can't tell what they are. But that also means that they can't be important to the story in this version. In the original comic, he just has literal movie posters in the background, and this is Face Off. If you can't tell, this is the movie poster for Face Off with John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. Over here, you have Armageddon. Nicolas Cage is very important to the narrative of Homestuck. Like, the Nick Cage as a meme, like Nick Cage becoming a meme, was basically happening at the same time as this story, and Homestuck incorporated it heavily and blew that meme up to like a new dimension. Like, young people who probably didn't even fucking really know much about Nick Cage suddenly thought he was the funniest thing in the universe because of this comic. Highly doubt that the cartoon version will incorporate any of that.
A young man
Okay, who wants to guess why this immediately made me go, no, it's not right? If anyone in chat is familiar enough with Homestuck to tell me why this immediately sat wrong with me, aside from the voiceover being the fucking Amazing Digital Circus guy. Thank you, Mayday. Arms. Exactly. Why does he have arms? They couldn't put in that one little... But it's because the format's different. It's no longer a choose-your-own-adventure game. You are no longer John. You're being told about John. It's not in the second person. Like, he's
in his bedroom.
His bedroom, not your bedroom. So it's not you anymore. This is so fundamentally different in my mind because, first of all, I write in either first-person present tense or second-person present tense almost exclusively. It's very rare that stories are written in second-person present tense, but Homestuck's one of them that's written in, you are doing this right now. And that is a huge part of what I love about Homestuck. I love love, love, second person, present tense. Because the way that this comic starts is that you see John Egbert and he's just standing there and looking back and forth, and he doesn't have arms, but that's not, like, you're just thinking of it as the artwork is abstract. And then the first command that's typed in is retrieve arms. And then the next page, John is just drawn with arms, and it's like, I always had arms, silly. I don't really not have arms. That to me just so perfectly sets you up for the experience of Homestuck is, hey you, what do you want to do? I want to pick up my arms. But you've already got arms. Like, that is Homestuck in a nutshell. And it's just not here.
It just so happens that today, the 13th of April, 2009, is this...
But they made sure they got 413 in there. I don't really think it matters that much, but, you know, I wanted the arms.
young man's birthday. This is, Smell Poop Lord.
It's John, actually. John Egbert.
Smell Poop Lord. A classic teenage boy that enjoys classic teenage boy things.
Yeah, like the Zoo Smell Poop Lord joke it hits harder in text. And when you have the arms joke first,
It's like
just,
playing
you need the
video
arms.
games, programming computers, poorly,
It's got multiple
researching
capes.
paranormal lore,
Got a lot of capes.
watching terrible movies, and aspiring to be a magician. You know, classic boy stuff.
John, happy birthday, bro.
Thanks, Dave.
So, tell me what insane loot you got.
Well, Dad went on another one of his baking rampages, so the house is full of...
I already feel like Dave has too much emotional expression. Like, his thing is supposed to be that he's, like, way too cool for anything. Like, literally too cool for any amount of... Yeah, thank you's ideas. Who the fuck is that? What did they do with my Dave? Why is that boy smiling? Exactly. He's not supposed to be like, hey, what's up? I'm rad. No, he's supposed to be like, what's up, doofus? You know, like, hey, dipshit. Want to draw some shitty comics? You know, like...
fucking cakes again. But on the bright side, it looks like he got me a sweet new movie poster. Stupid tape. Ah.
Yeah, see, that's a Dave Strider expression. Empty, almost Cartman-esque, you know, trying his best not to show anything. Apparently he's a huge Snoop Dogg fan. I don't remember this detail.
Shit. Oh, let me guess. Another 1980s abomination for your dog shit collection?
Little fucking monsters.
Jesus Christ, I stand corrected. Old man really came through.
I have to put this up immediately. Let's see what I...
Like, shouldn't he sound like, well, I stand corrected. Old man really came through. Like, you know, like a nonchalant, calm voice. They turned Dave into best guy ever, said Lapucia. Even Best Guy Ever has more of a toned down. Like, actually, the Best Guy Ever character was originally more of a Dave Strider. Like, the point of the character was that he's, like, fake, you know? This just seems like a dude. Like, it just seems like a dude guy. Like, I'm not getting the pulled back, you know, the, like, deliberately reserved part of him.
got around here. Is it? Okay. Hammer. What about nails?
Ah, the Silodex. Every player has one. A great tool
Shut
for
up.
storing, combining, and stacking items. This Silodex uses a stack modus, so be careful not to stack too much, or you risk losing the item at the bottom of your captcha log deck.
Mute!
Is that the narrator? You haven't turned it off yet?
He's usually not this talkative.
Also, stack modus? That's too fucking basic. It's an inventory management crisis
Whoa, he said fuck.
waiting to happen. My bro set me up with HashMap. He's awesome.
Oh yeah, switch the, modus thingo.
Look, at least arm yourself. Not with those creepy fake arms you got. Pop some kind of...
Oh, why is the fake arms joke in here when the arms joke wasn't there? We didn't set up for the fake arms. Why would he have fake arms?
weapon in your stripe specimen.
Alright, specibus.
Is there a deleted scene? Like, did they cut the arms joke maybe? It doesn't make sense that they would put the fake arms in there with no setup.
And done. Hey, it freed up some space.
Nice. What sick weapon did you choose?
Well, I only had a hammer, so...
Hammer guy for life.
Wait,
Hope
what?
you like hammers, dude. Fucking classic. Egbert blunders into a mid-ass weapon for the rest of his damn life.
Yeah, well, joke's on you. I fucking love hammers.
Oh shit, I actually forgot the whole point of calling you other than the day of your birth.
Hammer.
It's a cartoon, so being an audio forward medium, it's not weird that they're talking on the phone. It's just the total opposite of the fucking point of the comic. Homestuck is 99% chat logs. And the point of that is that if you're like me, or Andrew Hussey, and you're in your mid-30s, then when you were, say, 10, 12, and you were an internet kid, you spent all your fucking time on AOL Instant Messenger or Yahoo Messenger or Microsoft Messenger, MSN. Those were the three big messengers when I was growing up. Pester Chum is clearly supposed to be AOL Instant Messenger. It feels exactly the same as the experience of using AIM. So to not have chat logs is like it's just a whole new story, you know? Like, okay, so talking to each other on the phone, but it's still supposed to be 2013. He's got a flip phone? Like, what 13-year-old was calling their friends on a fucking flip phone in 2013? He would have Skype. They would maybe have an iPhone. If John's as spoiled as he seems, why the fuck is he still using a flip phone? This is 2013, right? Was that the year they said? 2009? Okay. Why is it set in 2009? Did the comic start in 2009? Holy fuck, Homestuck's older than I thought. I thought it started in like 2011 or something. Wow, it really started in 2009. Holy shit. This shit ran for 7 years? I thought it was like 4 years. And I didn't realize it went all the way to 2016. Okay, so 2009, he's allowed to be he can use a flip phone, but no 13-year-old was talking to their fucking friends on a flip phone. They still would have just been communicating through the internet, whether it was text or calls, which by 2009, Skype was a thing. Okay, so I would have caught on to Homestuck in 2011, so it would have already been going for 2 years, like at the end of 2011, I think. And by then, I know my younger brother Shade was already heavily using Skype. Yeah, I know these are just the problems of trying to adapt it, but it's just like, why do it? Why are they doing that? Gotta remember, Hussey's always 10 years behind the times. It's more based on 99 than anything else. That's true, but again, it's about to me, it's just about the instant messaging experience, which for me was, yes, that existed in 1999, but that was the whole 2000s for me. Like, pretty much starting well, actually, I shouldn't say that, because I was afraid of instant messaging clients originally. So originally, I would only use, like, forums and, open websites. But when I started doing anime blogging in, like, 2007, all the friends I made, we all had instant messenger. So, like, me and Ghost Lightning talking, that was all on AIM. Or Yahoo, rather. I think Ghost Lightning and I both we always used Yahoo, and then I had other friends who were only on AIM or only on MSN, so I had all of them. But most of the time, it was AIM or Yahoo I was talking on. Up through 2009, like, I was still doing that stuff in 2009. Skype took over by 2011, but I was still mostly using Skype as a chat client, because it wasn't, making, internet calls wasn't the most consistent back then, if you didn't both have pretty good connection. Again, I think, like, in the case of Homestuck, if you were going to adapt this, it would have made more sense for him to have been wearing Bluetooth headphones or something and calling him over Skype the flip phone thing is like, I don't know. It feels weird to me. These are like very minor complaints I'm making right now. I'm just like, my overwhelming sensation is like, you can't make Homestuck into a cartoon in 2025 and have it make any fucking sense. It just doesn't make sense to my brain to be witnessing this. Like,
Did the beta come yet?
Shit. Ugh. Hang on, I can check.
Oh, how's it not arrived yet? I got 2 copies, but it's not like I'm gonna play them, though. Did you see it got slammed in Game Bro magazine?
Game Bro's a joke, and you know it. Damn it. Looks like my dad's back. I'll call you later. I'm gonna have to sneak down.
Word. Let me know when you get the beta so I can keep being too cool to play it with you. Later.
Whoa. They also haven't actually established why he's hiding from his dad. Like, we can see that his dad left him a nice birthday card and a shitload of cakes. By this point in the story, like, every time he shows up, he just love bombs John. So John is trying to, avoid that by putting himself in disguise. And, like, I guess you could maybe surmise that from all the cakes, but it feels very underexplained why he's, like, dressing himself disguised to go out of his room.
Champ, you can do anything if you put your mind to it. I believe in you. Aww.
No!
Hello, John. I understand you've recently come into the possession of the Game of the Year as featured in respectable periodicals such as Game Bro magazine.
Where do I recognize her voice from? Do they have a list of the actors on here or something? They don't? That's annoying. I said this, I was calling this like a glitch show earlier, but it's actually Vivziepop's studio. Nonetheless, hearing that fucking voice, that guy, just makes me feel like I'm watching a glitch show. I don't know who Rose's voice is. She sounds way better fit for her character than Dave.
Hey, Rose, and no, not yet. Dave's a filthy fucking liar. I don't know you listen to him.
Sorry, John. I just lose all sense of composure when I catch the slightest
She sounds exactly like Raven in Teen Titans.
glimpse of his PFP in my DMs.
What?
Oh, please, John. The hair, the shades, the irony poisoning. Let's not pretend you're immune to his aura.
Okay, look. I'm not saying bro is hard on the eyes or anything, and we all have our moments of weakness, but... shit!
Was there always a conversation about John being gay for Dave at this part? If this happened, I don't remember it, but it's not that I don't believe it did.
What was I saying?
I think you were about to confess something to me, John.
Ah! Okay, shut the fuck up. You're making me blow my stealth mission. My dad could be around any one of these corners with a fucking cake or another episode.
The voice of Rose is the voice of Tails in the Sonic the Hedgehog movies. That's amazing. Also, I guess there was a TV show called Tails Tube that ran for 3 years. I didn't hear about this at all. Okay, whatever.
Setting clown present. I can't be too careful.
John, you're not wearing one of your silly disguises, are you?
No, of course not.
Fucking Gary with "Did the beta come yet?" Pause. Son of a bitch.
That's a relief. It would be a shame to make a fool of yourself in front of a distinguished gentleman such as your father.
Rose, what do you take me for? Some sort of fucking jester? This is serious business.
Why don't you just go ask your dad for the game?
For the same reason you don't just go ask your mom for...
Wait, you're telling me that narrator is not the guy from fucking Amazing Digital Circus? He sounds exactly like him. Apparently it's Oni. I see you said it's an Oni Plays guy, but apparently it's just Oni himself, which is shocking that I wouldn't recognize his voice, because normally he's got one of those voices you immediately recognize and go, oh yeah, that's Oni.
For shit. Ah, damn it!
Touché.
Okay, I'm gonna try my luck at the mailbox, and it better not be empty.
And what if it is?
Then I'll shove my hand so far up its metal ass, the Postmaster General himself will feel the tingly touch of my probing magician's fingertips.
What?
Oh, and Rose, I'm literally wearing perhaps the silliest disguise ever right now, and have been this entire time. Haha! Bye, sucker!
I wish this was like at least
Goodbye,
funny.
John.
It feels like nothing. Like, it doesn't feel like it's building to anything or making any kind of point. Like, it's not funny. It's got a kind of unique art style, but it doesn't look nearly as interesting as Homestuck. I don't know what the point is.
Hey, John, happy birthday! Did you get my package yet?
Hey, Jade, I'm literally outside right now, checking the empty mailbox.
John, Daddy...
It also feels like they're really working to get all the characters in, because I'm pretty sure Jade doesn't get introduced for like a while into.
I'm still there. I can't hear anything. Hello?
The streets are empty. Wind skims the voids, keeping neighbors apart, as if grazing the hollow of a cut reed or, say, a plundered mailbox. A familiar note is produced. It's the one desolation plays to keep its instrument in tune.
I still can't believe that's Oni's voice. I guess he does that kind of voice at the start of Hellbenders, but it's mixed in a way more interesting way because it's got like that overpowering bass in it.
It is your 13th birthday, and as with all 12 preceding it, something feels missing from
Mute
your...
narration!
Jeez, John. And you guys say I'm spacey?
Sorry, what were we,
Did you get my present?
Oh, right. Okay, I think I can see it. A green package, right? But it's locked in my dad's car. Great.
That's it! I'm so glad it arrived! Let me know when you open it. And
Oh, I got my voices backwards earlier.
What have you been up to today?
I think my spur beta arrived, but my dad
I
probably...
was saying that Rose had the same voice as Tails, but no, it's Jade who has the same voice as Tails, which now that I'm hearing it, it's a lot more obvious. I was like, how is that the Tails voice? No, I got my names backwards. I'm just looking at IMDb right now, being like, who are you people? Why do some of you sound so familiar? The voice of Rose was in a bunch of anime, it looks like.
Probably has it. I've been trying to avoid him, as you can well imagine.
I sure can. It sounds like the game I play with my grandpa sometimes. And what's this about Verb? Is it a game or something?
I thought you knew about it. Jade, are you messing with me again? Never mind. I don't know really, but Rose and I wanted to play. Aha! I knew he had it.
Oh, it sounds fun. What was that?
What happened? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm gonna go check it out, though. Good luck with your game.
All right, just be careful, okay?
I will. Bye, John.
Dude, did you get the title drop yet?
What?
Title drop.
Dude, what the fuck are you even...
For fuck's sake, don't tell me you missed the fucking title drop. You gotta pay attention to this shit. Did Jade knock you off your game with her Space Cadet BS?
Dave, I don't have time for your vaguely ironic horse shit. I
got my title drop with haste, bro. Up at the crack of dawn, early bird and all that. Just looked up at the sky, boom, there she fucks. Felt mad significant. Gave me a hella jolt of protag syndrome. Not that I'ma be the hero of this bitch. That's all you, bestie.
You're such a piece of shit. Can you just
Look
tell
in
me...
the sky, numbnuts!
The fuck is that? No, not that. What's that?
Oh. I'm not even sure I know what's going on anymore.
Finally got my beta, guys. With a lot of trouble, thanks for asking. Cover looks pretty lame. Hey, what if I just didn't play it?
Yeah, well, I'm not playing it. LOL, not even ironically.
John, please install it with alacrity.
Ignore Dave, John. You should play. There are so many cool adventures we get to go on together.
When you say it like that, Jade, it sounds like you know the future.
Pussy, no. Okay. Someone who's never seen or read Homestuck, how would you describe what was the point of that? How would you describe what that was about? Because, like, That was a lot of Homestuck, like a significant chunk of Act 1. I'll say that was probably the first hour and a half of reading, maybe even just the first hour, squished into 11 minutes. I feel like in terms of what was kept and what wasn't, the decisions are strange. Misha Keat said, I figured it was supposed to be a character introduction, but I have no idea what was supposed to be going on with the dad. Yeah, they explained it not at all. Nisa said, I have never seen Homestuck or read it. Yeah, I don't know what to make of that at all, and I'm confused and not even impressed, to be honest. No, nothing about that was impressive. I've not consumed any Homestuck, thought it was fan service. It's definitely not servicing me as a fan. I'm kind of sad because I was hoping this would be a decent introduction to the series. I mean, the only way to consume Homestuck is just to read it. You just read it. It's not like a series. It's one, it's just one comic. A young man stands in his bedroom. It just so happens that today, the 13th of April, 2009, is this young man's birthday. Though it was 13 years ago he was given life, it is only today he will be given a name. What will the name of this young man be? Enter name. Zeusmel Pooplord. Try again. John Egbert. Examine room. See how it wasn't like him having a conversation with the narrator. It's the narrator having a conversation with you and pretending that you are the one typing in these things, but you are Wayward Vagabond, actually. And the narrator is Andrew Hussey, actually. And they are both characters in the story. This, to me, is the essence of Homestuck, is the shots of a character's whole room. Because the point of it is that when you are this age, your personality is just what's on your walls. Like his personality is he likes these shitty movies, he likes, Game Bro and all this stuff. And it's like the fact that you can just see his whole world in one go. That's the essence of Homestuck. Quickly, retrieve your arms from the drawer. Your arms are in your magic chest, Poop Lord. Remove cake from magic chest. Out of sympathy for John's perceived lack of arms, you pick up the cake for him and put it on his bed. Quickly retrieve arms from magic chest. So this is the way that it's revealed that he has real arms, is that he pulls out the fake arms. Because the assumption is that you, viewer, think he doesn't have arms, so you're telling him to get his arms. And he understands that because he does, in fact, have fake arms, but he actually also has real arms. That's the joke. In the cartoon, he just has fake arms at one point. There's no setup. There's no punchline. It's just he has fake arms. Here you had a whole 3 pages of, okay, this is like a meta thing. We're playing with how we perceive things. And then you've got this super unique art style where it's this combination of the hella ragged, obvious MS Paint looking, board. It's not actually MS Paint, it's Photoshop, I think, but it's meant to look like MS Paint drawings. But then you've got this multimedia, other types of media are attached onto it. The GIFs feel unique. It's a whole different experience that, it doesn't really translate that well to a cartoon that's 11 minutes long. To me, it mostly feels like a way to get Homestuck back into the public consciousness, but all it really creates in me is the feeling of what could this possibly mean to anyone? If you are already a Homestuck fan, you're just thinking about all that's missing or changed for the worse. And if you're not already a Homestuck fan, I don't see how this would possibly make you give a fuck. I don't see how that introduction to the story or characters would make you think, oh, Homestuck seems really interesting, I'm going to go read it. It's nothing that's interesting about Homestuck was represented there. The uniqueness of the format, the uniqueness of the art style, the voice of the comic. None of that's there. You should really stream a Homestuck read through. It would take as long as Umineko, and I haven't finished that, so maybe one day. But it's also so much of an of its time thing. Homestuck was incredibly fresh and new and different, and it was also heavily reliant on the fact that Flash was a thing, I don't know, it feels weird seeing it outside of its time and place. But I could see revisiting it for nostalgia's sake, or just to be able to analyze it in real depth. But honestly, the quality of Homestuck isn't even why it's so popular. It's so popular because dumbass teenagers thought troll romance was the fucking most brilliant thing they ever heard of. It basically created a language to codify toxic friendships. Okay, yeah, this whole shit right here, this is why Homestuck became so popular, is because of the idea that there was these other types of romance than normal human love to be explored, and teenagers fucking just devoured this shit. Did they understand much of what was happening in Homestuck? I really don't think so. I don't think many people would, because a lot of it's like just meta stuff that like, to me, Homestuck is like a story for people who write stories. Like it is a deconstruction in a way of the idea of creating an epic. Like, it's like, what if we created an epic, but every step of the way we just like subverted as many expectations as possible? What if every single time that the hero took a step, like a rake came up and hit them in the face, you know, like, and that was the whole adventure. It's just rake. And then at some point you realize, like, this is what my adventure is. I am Rake Stepper, the mighty. Like, this is a weird analogy, but that's the best way I can describe the appeal of Homestuck. It's not a good story. It is a fake story that becomes real if you read long enough. I don't know what I'm saying. It just isn't something that can translate into a goddamn cartoon and make any sense. Like, so much of it is turn the page and the opposite of what was supposed to happen happens. Like, that is so much of the comic. Turn the page and you're now on like a juggalo clown is murdering all the characters and like, you know, you're dramatically listening to honks in the distance. That part actually would be fun if they adapted just like the scary stuff. To really emphasize, because I showed a little bit of Homestuck just now, but because we didn't even get to where they introduce Dave, right? Because we actually spend a while with John, just kind of joking back and forth with his character, you know, getting to know what he's like, and also playing around with the idea that this was a choose your own adventure series, because initially Hussey did actually have an open suggestion box where people would submit suggestions, and if he thought those suggestions were funny enough, he used them. So there was, you know, way more playfulness and not like a sense of we need to make it to the next stage of the story or anything like that. Okay, here's him finally starting the text chain. So you see how this is written, right? Now you can hide these, but this is like 90% of Homestuck is the pester logs. It's just the read through between, you know, turn tech godhead and ectobiologist. And yeah, they don't read very similarly to how those guys were talking. Yeah, the rhythm of this, just, I can't imagine how you would truly imitate the rhythm of this comic in another medium. I mean, the print version was already like weird, you know, because it didn't have the animation that does exist in the story, of which there is a lot. You know, eventually you get to the point where there is like 9-minute animations in Homestuck. How are they going to reanimate the 9-minute animation parts? I don't know how. They can't possibly even be pretending that they're going to adapt all of Homestuck, right? Like, it would be hundreds of episodes, I would think, unless they're just cutting a fuckload from it. If someone really likes that Homestuck cartoon, I really want to hear what they liked about it. Like, I would love to meet someone who's like, oh, I thought it was sick, because I would like to know what they thought was sick. Yeah, Mayday. Getting invested in the characters? Cool. Here's 10,000 words about a completely new pool-themed character set. Yes, it's lore relevant. Yeah, exactly. That's... Homestuck just will totally fucking decide it's something different, you know, and then not change back for long stretches. But again, it's not a traditional story. It was just a way of life. It was just what Hussey was doing for 7 years. Like, he would wake up and draw Homestuck, whatever he thought of that morning, he like drew it and then did the same thing the next day. And like, it's like creating a long form Shonen Jump manga, but even weirder. It had the soul of printing an email out. God damn.
Know what you don't wanna know. Yeah, you already know. Yeah, you already know. Not another bitch, just a shift in the flow. Not another bitch, just a shift in the flow. Let me hit the pitch, I'll ditch if it's a no. Let me hit the snitch, I'll sit him in the throat. Let me catch a bitch saying shit she don't know. Let me catch a fuck boy talking out his throat. I'll cut a fucker up if they forget who to go. I'll fuck a fucking mud doggy style off force. I'm pulling out the rug, unstuck and on tour. I'm pulling it in clutch, I'm selling these swans to be more than a woman like a Leah Reborn. What I see on the shore of Virginia Beach, what I see in the streets in the Norfolk sheets, what I free in my beat